All right. Hey, everybody. It is, what is it, what's the day? It's 12th?
12th.
My computer says 11th. Huh.
No, it's the 12th. That's why your time was off.
Yeah, okay. Hey, guys, it's September the 12th, and you're listening to and watching Amateur Radio Roundtable, a show about ham radio, shortwave, electronics, you name it. We got it here. We got Glenn Popel with us again this week. He's with us every week. And hey, we welcome you, especially if you're out there listening on shortwave. You're listening on Thursday between 5 and 7 p.m. on 7490. We'd love to hear from you. Send us an email. It's real easy to remember. Just tom@w5kub.com. tom@w5kub.com. Send us an email. Let us know where you are. And if you're watching the show tonight, we're on Tuesday nights, of course, from 8 till about 10 o'clock Central Time. And if you're watching the show tonight, we'd like to welcome you and ask you to do us a couple of favors. If you would, click the subscribe button. And it's right over here somewhere. Where is it? Right over here. Hit that subscribe button if you will.
Yeah, it's over there.
It's right about there, isn't it? Am I pointing at it? I don't know. But hit that subscribe button. We'd really like you to do that. Hit the like, hit the notify button, if you will, please, and that'll let you know anytime we might come on with something special. So we got a number of things on the agenda tonight to talk about. Several things, some surprising things, and some interesting things. I saw a new multimeter. I can't resist gizmos and stuff, so I saw a new multimeter on the internet, and I ordered it the other day, and I've got it here, and we're going to do a little unboxing, quick review of it, and then we're going to do a comparison, see how accurate it is. We're going to do a comparison with it against a Fluke 12 and a Fluke 10 and a Harbor Freight $3 meter. We're going to look at all of them at the same time here, and we're going to see how it turns out. So that's going to be an interesting thing here in just a few minutes we're going to do. Hey, if you're still interested in the Hamcation tickets for Orlando coming up in February, send me an email, and I tell you what we're going to do on our show on November the 14th. November the 14th, we'll announce the winner of that. We'll pick somebody that sends me an email and says, I want those tickets. So we got a pair of tickets for you. And so shoot me an email, tom@w5kub.com. And we'll put your name in the hat there, and maybe you'll get some free tickets for Orlando. Also, we had one or two people that were interested in this Mastrant cable. You know, this is the non-conductive cable. Mastrant, they're pretty famous for their non-conductive guy cables and stuff, and I've got, a $20 gift certificate here. If anybody wants to buy some Mastrant cable, let me know and I'll mail this to you. It's for $20, and there is a $30 minimum, but you're going to spend $30 anyway, so we'll get that off to you there, and we will probably announce that. Probably September, next month, September the 19th show. We'll let the winner know who got the Mastrant cable.
So that's
here.
what, next week's show.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, today's the 12th.
Oh, man, you're right, man. Hey, man, this month is flying like crazy, man.
No kidding, it really is.
Man, this month is just moving on. Okay, you're right, that is next week. So, hey, you want this cable, better send me a note tonight, tom@w5kub. All right. Well, Glenn, what do you had going on this week, man?
Well, I'm getting into the home stretch of the book. You know, I got the deadline of September 30th, and it's getting down there. I mean, this is quite literally all that remains to do. This is the printed version of what has already been done. So you get a comparison there. realistically, assuming I can stay on the pace I'm on, I will have it finished by the end of this weekend and turned in. So there's a good chance that y'all can use it as a stocking stuffer for this Christmas.
Well, that'll be cool, man.
Well, there's actually supposed to be 2 books this year. ARRL's got the one, and then this new publisher that I'm working with, Elector, that's what this book is for. And they're big over in Europe, and they do stateside as well. So I've actually got 2 publishers now.
All right. Well, good luck on finishing that book up there.
It's getting there.
I know
Getting
you
real
need.
close.
I know you need to get it done there. And
man, I need a break bad.
boy, I tell you, man, Glenn, I just don't know where the time is flying so fast.
I know. I'm
September
going to miss
19th,
this sunspot cycle,
next
man.
week.
I've got
Yeah.
the radios all ready to go and haven't had time to work the sunspot cycle. This is not fun.
All right. Well, hey, just as a side note, man, my September, October, just 3 weeks, 4 weeks is going to get really busy for me. I'm not sure how it's going to affect the show. I've got a wedding I got to go to, granddaughter wedding here on the 8th, and that's also my anniversary. So the 8th of October, and then on the 12th, man, I get an eye replaced. Get the lens replaced, not the whole eye, but I get a lens put in the eye, and oh man, and then the doctor appointment will start. You know, you got to have an appointment the next day, and then you have a 1 week follow up, and then in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks I'll get the second eye done, and then the next day, you know, I'll see the doctor, and then a week later I got to get the follow up. And hey, man, the month of October is going to be really messed up. I'm gonna try to have the show. It may be an interesting show here, 1 or 2 of them, where I'm trying to have the show and read something, and and the 2 eyes aren't together, So we're gonna see how that. But I'm looking forward to it, man. I need to get that done. Need to get it done
my
right
doctors are all the next 3 Thursdays.
Yep.
And then I've got a few in October, but I'm doing the whole doctor sequence over the next couple months as well. It's all checkups.
Man, hey, if there wasn't doctors, what would us old guys do,
Yeah, well, fortunately, these are all checkups and theoretically routine tests. We know how that goes.
Yeah.
The last time I went in for a series of routine tests, they decided to do an alien on me and pop my chest open.
Well, we don't want that to happen anymore.
Hopefully, we don't have to go through that again.
No, I don't want that, All right. Hey, I built my satellite system up, and I was getting interested in using it again. And, we had the trouble a couple weeks ago. My rotor, it didn't seem like it was turning in here, but it really was, but I didn't think it was. But we fixed that problem. But then everything was a little scratchy on the satellite, and I wasn't making contacts. And I went up there and I looked at them, and let me show you what I saw. I've got a picture or 2 here.
They work better if the coax is attached.
No, it wasn't that. It's, I don't know if you can tell what's going on here.
It looks like you're trying to work duplex satellites.
That's right. I'm trying to work through a satellite on the East Coast and one on the West Coast at the same time, man. I mean,
that's
if they had
a
link,
tricky.
Yeah, if they had a link between them, I might be able to make a contact. So that 440 antenna you see in the background with the little elements, I think it's got, heck, I forget how many elements it's got. 28 elements, I think. Anyway, it's got 1 boom clamp, and it just wasn't holding. I'm afraid to tighten it too much, because if I tighten it too much, I'm going to crush the boom.
Right.
So I tightened it. I came back. Still not much luck, and I went out and looked the next day, and they looked like that again.
Wow.
Pretty much they moved again. So I thought, okay, all right, I've got to fix this. So I went in a shop and built me up a little mechanical bracket that I put on there. And what I did, let's see, it's hard to see on that one. I put another U-bolt. That's a steel plate underneath the boom there. So I put a steel plate under the boom. I put a second heavy U-bolt through that plate on the boom, and that plate is also hooked into that other U-bolt. And so I put those on there, and I must not got it tight again because they'd moved a little bit. I went up there and tightened them again, and they're holding now. I was afraid to tighten too much, especially the one over the boom there, you know. And you can see it's a pretty small little bracket there compared to the U-bolt that I added. Yeah. But I think that should hold it. That should keep it from turning on me there, I would think.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, so it's relatively easy to work up here on the roof. That's a roof on my porch. It's kind of a back porch roof, so it's flat. I can stand on it. There's no way I could stand on my other roof. It's like a 12-12 pitch. So
yeah,
here it's pretty simple. You can see some some milk cartons. You can see some milk cartons there. And basically, the way I can adjust it, I can aim those antennas straight up, and set those milk cartons out there. And I can grab that mast and I can lean that whole thing over. And see, with the antennas pointing straight up, then when I lean it over, they're pointing out toward the horizon. And that way I can get to the parts and everything and the clamps and fix them and everything. And then when I get through, I just stand it back up, put my concrete weights back on it there, and then hopefully I'm in business again, you know. So that's kind of where we are there. There's a little bit closer picture of the two antennas, more or less aimed at the same direction, aimed straight up.
Yeah, hopefully they'll stay that way now.
Yeah, I don't have any trouble. See, the 2-meter one there has two U-bolts that really hold it well. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a similar problem with my HF beam and my VHF stack above it. They're off by about 15, 20 degrees from each other. And unfortunately, mine involves tower climbing.
Oh, yeah.
So, well,
anyway, we hope that's going to tighten it down and hold them in place. I don't think it's going to move now. Let's see. Brent says he uses a thin strut to build things like that. 2 struts, that's long bolts. Yeah. You know, this antenna is probably, I don't know, this antenna is probably 24 feet long. It's a long antenna, man.
Yeah. It's
a long antenna. Well, anyway, I think we've got it there. Let's see. Yeah, I put that clamp I put on there does have teeth in it. I looked in the junk box. I don't think you can see it here. It does have teeth. It's made the boom to set down in, and it does have teeth. I did take my Dremel tool and I kind of sharpened up all the teeth in there to get a good grip. All right, let's see. Yep. Okay. I don't know about Starlink generating all kinds of QRM. Maybe so. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what frequency they're on, but I'd figure that'd be up in the gigahertz range.
We'll call Elon one night and see if we can get him on here, and we'll ask him that question.
Well, here, let's Google.
What are you going to Google? Elon's email?
Yeah, I'm gonna get Elon's personal phone number.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's my situation on the satellite, and it's so nice now, you know, with the new little sat box I've got. Everything is self-contained in that one little box. You don't have to run the program on your computer. Everything's in that little box there. It doesn't require any opening any ports or anything on your PC or anything like that. No cabling to your PC, and it's just really cool the way the thing works. So looking forward, maybe now, hopefully it'll stay like that. Maybe this winter I'll make some contacts, and I'm getting the urge, Glenn, to try some EME. I know I'm low power, but I do have those antennas. I do have digital that I can use, and I think with the digital mode and those antennas and a clear moon, might be able to hear some digital moon bounce. Maybe we'll see. But I'm interested.
Got
in
your
trying to
Starlink info.
Yeah, where's the Starlink? Oh,
Their uplink is 10.7 to 12.7 gig and 32.5 and 42.5 gig, and then their downlinks are 17, 18, 19, and 37 to 42 gig as well.
10 points. No wonder my radar detector. No wonder my radar detector is going off everywhere.
Yeah, but no, as far as interfering with anything we're doing, I don't see that at all.
Well, probably it's got all kinds of trash and, subharmonics. And is there such a thing as a subharmonic?
I don't know. I've never heard it.
If you have a fundamental frequency and then you have harmonics, second, third, fourth, do you have harmonics below that or not?
Yeah. Now, Brett is talking about they're interfering with radio astronomy.
Could be. Well, there's so many of them up there. How many is up there now? Thousands or
who knows?
Looks like a wall circling the nest up there, man. I mean,
yeah.
I would think that any telescope looking up there, these things are going to be crisscrossing it all day, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Brett posted an article on VHF interference from Starlink.
Yeah, there was some interference in the 108 to 100 something VHF band they were heard on. So yeah, they're throwing out spurs.
All right. Hey, let's look at, somebody made a suggestion last week to post your QSL cards, and guys, we're going to show a few QSL cards right now. If you didn't get them in and you want to, you have a chance right now while we're doing this. If you go to our Facebook group, W5KUB, you can post your QSL card, and it'll probably be on the show here in about 5 minutes. But I'm going to pull up our Facebook group. It's W5KUB, and if you're not a member of that group, please join it. We've got about 14,000 members in our group now. So let's look at a few.
I keep hoping that Hambot will give me some new QSL cards.
Yeah. Well, he might.
Yeah. Christmas is coming.
Well, that's true. I'll tell you, I had my QSL cards printed in the Ukraine.
I was just going to say, where did Ukraine?
I forget the name of him, but he used to donate QSL cards for the prizes for the show. But he was so good. These QSL cards, it cost me about $70 for 1,000 full color, two-sided QSL cards, and guess what? That included the postage back to me.
Wow.
Those are some beautiful cards. And here in the States, I see people all the time looking for QSL cards, and you can get 250 cards here for $90, or it's outrageous. But this guy, I had 1,000. I'll never run out of QSL cards. 1,000 QSL cards. Let me show you. And what you do, you design it yourself. I just sent him the picture, and I sent him the graphics I wanted. And let's see if I can pull one up here. I'll just show you. We'll look at the
unfortunately, he's in Ukraine, isn't he? Having
he's in Ukraine, and I don't know if he's still doing it.
I was just going to say he may not be doing those for a little while.
I don't think we've heard from him, but this is. I'll start it off with my card, and you can see there. I built just a simple card. I put a little inset picture up in the top left. Showing our show, Amateur Radio Roundtable, and I just put my call and address there. You can put anything on there you wanted to, and at the bottom, actually, it has grid, square, and something. I don't see it there, but I may be posting the wrong picture. But then on the back side, anything you need printed back there, he'll print it. And, they're beautiful, full color, 1,000 of them, 1,000, and shipping was included, was like $70, man.
Yeah, that's nice.
And they put a lot of the U.S. people to shame. I think they have equipment over there that most people here don't have. They've got some really good photographic printing equipment over there that would do these. So, man, you just send him a picture and bippity boppity boop, man. You got it, man. All right,
Yeah.
so that's me. That's my station right there. It's evolved a whole lot in 60 years. Looks almost modern here. You know. Let's see what else we got here. I'm probably going to skip over some. Let me see the way they go into Facebook here. Sometimes it's hard to see them all. Okay. Well, here's one here. Let's see if we can get that on here. Well, this one, he's got to stop Putin's terror. But anyway, this is a QSL card from
England.
From England.
M7
Okay.
MCQ.
Yeah, from England. There we go. Let me see if I can pull up another one or two here. WB7, WVG, Oklahoma. That's a nice looking card there. Looks like he's got a picture of his antenna there with the trees in the background, the state.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's, well, it says Terrell Martin. I think he was a prize winner. I don't remember what Terrell won, but he was a prize winner during our last giveaway. Okay, let's continue here, if I can. K9 ID. This is Ron. There's Ron. I don't know if Ron's in the chat room now. Is Ron in the chat room? K9.
I don't think so.
He'll probably be in a little later. K9 ID. K9 right there. That's Ron with a gold medal up there, and he always does hats for us as prizes. So that's cool. We thanked Ron for sending in a picture there. And let's see. Who is this? W8LM.
Nice.
I don't know, man. I think that dog's a little old to be riding a motorcycle, man. You know?
Well, it's a tricycle.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. I don't see a mobile antenna or anything on there, but anyway, that's Larry, W8LM. Larry on his guy at work calls that motorcycle. Yeah, let's see. And we got some space stuff going on here. W2NNU.
Nice.
There, he sent us the front and back of his card. That's pretty good there. He's a grid Echo Mike 41. And that is Jim Wilmerding, yeah. He licensed in 1971. Call was originally
His uncle's.
his uncle. Yeah. I need to get a bigger screen. It's too far away. Cool. I don't know why it goes back to me every time. Let's see. Let's see who this is. This looks pretty neat. It's got some color in it. W7 TBS, Travis.
Nice. That's very pretty.
Bell, Montana. Yep. That's his current QSO car, extra class license. He's a VE. He loves DX there. So looks like some northern lights back there, and I'm not sure what else I'm looking at here. That's a lake or something, I guess, right? Is that like a walkway out to?
Yeah, I think it's a lake.
A pier or something, or a walkway? Yeah,
It looks like it's three pictures.
Oh yeah.
Top one's a lake, and then the bottom one
could be
is the walkway or whatever, and then the right one is daytime.
That right bottom one, isn't that where ET landed?
No, they landed on not ET. You're thinking Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
No, they did Devil's Tower.
Oh yeah, well, that was Devil's Tower. Yeah. That looked like a good place for ET to land right there.
Yeah.
All right. All right, what we got here? We've got W5LL. Now, without even looking, I'm guessing this is Texas.
Yeah, that'd be a good guess.
I'm guessing it's Texas there. He's got his oil well. He's got a hat up there.
Yeah, Brookston, Texas.
Yes, that's from Matt. W5LL. Let's see what Matt says. The image was taken by his mom during a local hot air balloon festival. Huh, cool.
Nice.
I wonder if she got the tower in there and everything.
Well, it says something that they claim to have the second largest replica Eiffel Tower on display,
Well,
which has a large cowboy hat on it.
is that right? I thought maybe they just put that on there, but obviously she took that, and it really is a replica of the Eiffel Tower with a hat on it.
Yeah, during a hot air balloon festival.
Oh,
So that's
man.
an all-in-one shot.
I didn't know.
I
That,
thought it was a
I thought it was-
customized
yeah, I
shot.
thought it was Photoshopped, maybe, the hat
Yeah.
or something. But that's cool,
Nope,
man.
that's legit. That's really cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Let's see. An F6P RV mobile. Man, how you like that for a ham shack?
Oh, that'll work for me.
I tell you what, that looks like those sides come out, and you have a pretty big area there, man.
Yep.
Nice big ham shack.
Yes, sir. I love that kind of RV with that big front window.
Turn that air conditioner on and
You
sit
got it.
back and
Oh,
man.
I tell you what, it's been so nice the past few days now that heat wave is pretty much broken.
Yeah. Well, hey, this would be perfect here. You could ham all day on a trip and let your wife drive.
Yeah.
That would be
Except
cool.
there's one small problem. I don't have an RV and I don't have a wife.
Well,
So that's going to be kind of
We're
interesting.
gonna have to work on that. On the road.
Yeah, work on the RV, okay?
Yeah,
Let's
he's on
do
the,
one thing at a time.
He's on the road full time and loving it. That's Dave.
Yeah.
That's Dave.
That looks
there.
cool.
An F6P. Wow. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, let's see what else we got here. All right, what do we got here?
W6CZ.
What's that? Mariposa, California?
Yep.
That is Don. Don there, licensed back in '62. He beats me. Boy, he's an old timer, man. This guy must be like really, really, really old, man. He got his license 2 years before I got mine, 1962.
11 years before mine.
Woo, look at that. Nice train track and trestle there. We went up, Kathy and I went up to Missouri. What's the spot up Missouri?
Branson.
Branson. We went to Branson. Yeah. And we took a train ride like this just to see some sights, and it went over one of the highest trestles in the country, man. I mean, it was like way, way, way down there, man. And I think that thing was built like in 1800 and something.
Yeah, I wouldn't have felt comfortable.
Oh man, that's pretty cool there. I wonder if you operate some train in it. All right, let's see what else we got here. W4 NRG. Now see, that's a good, clean looking card right there.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's good. And I like it. Get everything on the front. Cool.
Nice.
I like it. I like
California, Maryland. Now, is that the state of California or is that a city, California, in Maryland?
Oh, man. I think, is that a little red dot over on the right of his card? I can't
Yep.
tell what that is. It's hard for me to
Yes,
tell.
I mean that's Maryland. I'm wondering if that is California, Maryland.
That is California, Maryland. It's funny how they have his name. Like my son Chris, he lives in Missouri, Texas. I think it's Missouri, Texas, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. It ought to be against the law to name stuff like that. That could be confusing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm driving through Alabama and there's an exit for Cuba
Oh yeah.
on I-20 between
You don't want to take that one for sure.
Birmingham and Jackson. Yeah.
Let's see if there's any more in here. If I've missed any, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, here's one.
There's one.
Here's Bill.
That's Bill's.
WZ1L. That's Bill there, up in Massachusetts. 1979. He got it while I was in the Navy. And cool looking car. It's got the state on here, got all his information on the front. Essex County. Cool. I was trying to read his information here.
Yeah.
He got his novice back in 1981. Yep. 1981, got his novice license. All right. I think we're about getting toward the end. Again, if anybody's wanting to post a card, you got just a minute. Well, we might be getting a few here. Let's see.
Yeah. VA2DXR.
Oh, this is from our, this is our Canadian. Yeah, Canadian. When I looked at the picture, I thought this looks like Australia, but no.
Yeah, no. VA.
Yeah, it's VA.
Canada. Canada.
Yeah. Well, you put the word Canada up there. I saw it. I recognize the call too, so that's pretty cool. That's Reg Pollard, VA2DXR up in Canada. Okay, that's a cool car. Cool car there.
Yeah, KA2OFM is saying go to the top. I'm thinking you're probably going to have to refresh or something.
Okay, let me just keep going here. Now I'll do that. I'll refresh.
Yeah.
Well, we did that one. Did that one.
Then that's the one we haven't done yet.
This
the Chucky
looks,
one.
What am I looking at there, man? Is that
That's Hambot's girlfriend.
It kind of resembles an ant or something, but I don't know. This is Joshua here, K7ZIM. Well, he's in Nevada, I guess. Yeah. Got a lot of color to it. Man, he's got some lightning, and yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Kind of a cool card, yeah.
I have no idea what I'm looking at. Some kind of something, but he's looking over the Earth.
Well, he's got the Earth. Yeah, I was going to say, looks like he's a space invader.
Yeah, looking over the Earth, whatever he is there. Yep. Okay, I don't know if I can turn this or not.
K5DGY.
I'm not going to try to turn it. Daryl, you sent your card in sideways, man. Everybody turn your head. But that's Daryl there, K5DGY. That's another Texas call, I guess. Is that Is that Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh, Texas.
Oh man, that ought to be illegal. You can't do that. Pittsburgh, Texas. Where do you live? I live in Pittsburgh. Oh man.
Well, the one gets me. I grew up in Miami, and then there's a Miami of Ohio we drive through.
Oh yeah,
on the way
yeah, there is. Yep, there is. Okay, let's see. Oh, here, let's see.
Oh, there's.
Wait a minute.
NZ4DX.
All right, we got either sun setting. I would say it's the sun setting, right? Or you think it's rising? What do you think it is?
I'm going to go with setting.
I'm going with rising. You know why? Well,
it's in North Carolina, and that's the East Coast, so I agree with you. Yes.
Yeah. I think it's got to be rising right there.
I think you got it. Yeah.
NZ4DX, extra class. He's licensed 1987, and his XYL took the picture. And she didn't even want him in the picture. That's such a nice picture. She didn't want to mess it up and have him in it, you know. Yeah. All right. I don't know what I just hit. I think I hit the wrong button. All right. This is the X-rated. We're coming up on X-rated cards now. Let's see. W4 ABC, St. Petersburg, Florida.
No, that's just one of those 40s, 50s era pinup type QSL cards.
Yeah. Well, again, St. Petersburg, I mean, there's another place called St. Petersburg.
It's over in Russia.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know who had it first, but I vote for letting Florida keep it. And
Florida needs to keep it.
Russia, they changed their name on St. Petersburg over here, but he got his license back in 1974, age of 16. So I got my license back in 64, age 16. You know, about the same age.
I got mine in 73, age 15.
All right. So let's see what it said here. Novice call was WN4LTX. And
Mine was FTX.
Yeah, he requested some. What is let's see. I have to read this. He requested about 6 or 7 1x2s, and then he requested, I think, a 1x3, and he didn't get any of the 1x2s. So
Yeah, I was the same
ended up
way.
with his call here. Yeah,
That's why I ended up with the 2x2.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see. There's gonna be another one down here. All right. Let me hit refresh. Well, actually, there is another one. Let me go back. He's not in the same thread. He posted it. Oh, I'm in the wrong group here. Okay. There we go. Where'd it go?
Yeah, the WD8IOL.
Yeah, where'd it go? I lost it.
You lost it.
It was there a minute ago. It was there a minute ago. It was right there. It is.
Right there.
WD8 IOL. This is a James Easter from Toledo, Ohio.
Good old Ready Kilowatt.
Oh yeah, Ready Kilowatt. Now, is Ready Kilowatt, is that a nationally known figure, or was that a local guy?
I don't know. We had it down in Florida, but if you know him, then I'm going to say he had to be national.
Yeah, I guess he's national.
But he was Florida Power and Lights.
You know what? That's what he was up here too, I think. So that guy gets around, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I guess he does it at the speed of light.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess. Okay, he didn't provide any more information with that. I think that's all the cards we have. Let's see. Yep, I think that's all the cards we got.
Yeah.
So hey, that was kind of cool getting a look at some QSL cards. So look, hey guys, for you guys that didn't post it's your own fault. You didn't get your card on the show tonight, and we had millions of people watching tonight. Millions.
Yep, that was your moment of fame, and you blew it.
We had this was the thing that people wanted to see, the QSL cards, so we had millions tune in tonight to watch that. KA2OFM said he posted 5 minutes ago. Let me look for KF2OFM. I don't want to leave anybody out, so let me look. We're gonna refresh. Let's see where he put it. I don't know if this is a QSL card or not. I don't think it is.
Yeah, that's his picture.
Yeah,
that's KD5 Purr. That's Andy.
There he is.
Yeah, I was going to say that KD5 Purr. That's Andy's cat.
Yeah, K2OFM. We got you finally, man. We got you in here. Yep.
That's cool.
And there's a train going back the other direction. So, all right, cool. I think that's him. I think that's all of them. Okay. All right. Well, that was fun to do QSL cards tonight, man. And we only had one X-rated card. Actually, it wasn't X-rated. Well, it was kind of.
It was mildly R.
It was somewhere like P to Q.
Yeah, we'll call it PG plus.
PG plus card there. I had to make a note on that. Let's see. Okay. Very good. Okay. I tell you what. Hey, everybody, just hang in there with us. We'll be right back in just about a half a second here. Don't go away. Explore the world of microwave with ICOM's new SHF portable, the IC905. This all-mode rig covers 2 meters, 70 centimeters, 1.2 gigs, 2.4 gigs, 5.6 gig bands, and with the optional CX10G transceiver, it will do 10 gigahertz. This transceiver also has a few industry firsts. It's the first to support the 5 major general bands from VHF to SHF. The first PoE-powered RF module designed to be at the base of the antenna to eliminate signal loss, and the first to be compatible with amateur TV and analog FM mode. Other features of the IC905 include a large 4.3-inch touchscreen, real-time high-speed spectrum scope, easy digital mode settings, high-performance GPS antennas included, full D-Star functions, SD card slot. Aim higher and enter the world of SHF. For more information, go to www.icomamerica.com/amateur. All right, guys, we are back now, and I just saw Mark, K-E-8-H-I-W, says he just sent me an email with a video of the Findlay, Ohio Hamfest. I'll have to look at that later and see what we can do with it. All right, let's just take this a moment just to say hello to everybody out there. Again, if you're listening on WBCQ, it is Thursday afternoon for you between 5 and 7 p.m. And you're out there listening on world famous station WBCQ 7490 kilohertz. We'd love to hear from you. Send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. And you can join our live show, a live video show on Tuesdays from 8 to about 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time just by going to W5KUB. We've got a chat room there. We have our own chat room. If anybody's watching this video on YouTube, if you'll notice the title up there, it says chat room is at w5kub.com. We don't use the YouTube chat room at all. We have our own chat room. So if you want to chat with us, you need to log in there. Hit that subscribe button for us. Hit the subscribe button, and it's right about there. Appreciate it if you would do that. It really helps us out a whole lot. And join our Facebook group. It's called W5KUB with about 14,000 people in it. And again, this show is called Amateur Radio Roundtable, about ham radio, shortwave, electronics, and, you know, a few other little things mixed in from time to time. All right. Well, hey, Glenn, I had fun with the cards there.
Yeah, that was so cool.
All right. Hey, coming up, guys, don't go away because I got a new box here. I want you to see this thing. I want you to see this. We're going to talk about this in a little while. See if I can get it on here. Turn it on. Okay, how come everything tangles up all the time? What's going on here? Okay, it's coming on. So I want everybody to see this. I want to talk about this in a minute. This is a neat little meter, man. I want you guys
Pretty AC powered?
Yeah.
Wow. Thing must have a bunch of functions.
Oh, man, it's got a lot of functions. It does a lot of things. We're going to talk about this in a minute, guys. This is a new little thing I unboxed. I ordered off of Amazon. Great meter, and price is right, and, man, it is accurate. Hey, we're going to do a comparison of that in a minute with some Fluke meters, a Fluke 12, a Fluke 10. And guess what? We're going to also compare it with a Harbor Freight $3 meter. We're going to see how they all stand up. Will the Harbor Freight meter stand up to this guy or the Flukes? We're going to see in just a few minutes. So don't go away. Hey, just to let you guys know, something strange happened. First of all, let me see if I can show you. Let me give you an update here on what's going on with our balloons. So W5KUB 113 is still flying, guys, and we're approaching 1 year, verified 1 year. Transmitter's working fine. We're now at 341 days. So in another 24 days, we're gonna hit a year goal on this. I think we could make 2 years on this pass. Now, there's the flight right there. We made 4 trips around the Earth above the equator in the northern hemisphere, and then we moved down through Africa, and we've been flying in the southern hemisphere ever since. Now, that may be our saving grace. You know, we have hurricanes in the Atlantic, some major hurricanes and major storms out there. So I'm glad we're flying down in the southern hemisphere. So we're going to be missing all those big major storms. I think the major storm probably would bring the balloon down if we got near it. Now, so we've been up. This one's been up now and transmitting every 10 minutes for 341 days. our other balloon, W5KUB 112, it was launched, and we received our last transmission from it at 320 days. So we couldn't legally claim anything more than 320 days. That's why it's so nice for this other balloon to be at 341 right now. We're going to continue. We knew W5KB 112 developed an issue with the transmitter. And we knew that because from day one, from launch, we had issues with the transmission, and it started getting weaker, it started getting intermittent, and it started getting weaker and weaker. And then on the 320th day, it got really weak. The signal was so weak, but the altitude was still the same. We think maybe the antenna broke off or something happened. The process, well, it's weak. We don't know why it's weak. Maybe the transmitter just going out. So that was at 320 days. So we kind of have still been looking for it. We think it's still flying. And then 4 days ago, on day 455, we received a whisper transmission that identified itself as the balloon, and it was over Venezuela at 48,000 feet. Now, here's the problem. On that same day, we were doing some simple testing on a tracker board. So that makes us think that, well, if we were testing W5KUB on a tracker board, that's probably you got onto whisper, and somehow it looked like W5KUB, which is 112, came back alive. But here's the kicker. We've had a lot of people that are very familiar with the databases, and they've looked at this. The tracker that was being tested up in Chicago, and we have two data transmissions. We have a second data transmission, like the first one's W5KUB. The second one is set on this tracker for a QX5 string, QX5, just remember that. The whisper report came in 5 hours earlier than any testing happened up there in Chicago. It showed it over Venezuela, and it showed both data transmissions, a W5KUB, and it showed the 1X8 XXX. So that second data transmission verified it as that balloon. Another thing, testing the tracker up in Chicago would have sent a altitude reading of like 100 to 200 feet, and the one that reported out of Venezuela was at 48,000 feet. So we feel like it came alive. We feel like it came alive 4 days ago. We got one good transmission of both channel 1 and channel 2, and we think it's still flying. So if that's the case, now it's been flying 458 days, and I'm watching it every single day, multiple times a day, to see if it will come back on. If it came on once 4 days ago after 120 days off, maybe to come on again in a week or a month or 3 months. Maybe we'll get one more transmission. If we can get another transmission, it'll prove it's still flying. So right now we think it has flown, and it has identified for the flight for 458 days. So don't know. We'll see. We will see.
Very cool.
Man.
It's neat to see that one come back to life. I like that one.
Yeah. And it's not uncommon for them to go up into like into the Arctic or something and go silent for 2 weeks. When they get in where there's no sun, they'll go silent for a week or 4 days or 7 days or something like that.
Right.
This guy's been silent for 130 days.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Plus, we knew the transmitter was going out because the signal got so weak toward the end, people couldn't copy it anymore. So we think it's flying. I don't know. We think it's flying. we may never know. You know, we may never get another.
But I mean, you got a lot of good data out of there. I don't see Chicago giving you Venezuela and altitude reports.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to say if you've got that one good
plus
one,
the second data transmission matches up in the same in the same grid square.
Exactly.
So
that,
you know
that's the key.
Yeah, the both data transmissions matched in the same grid square over Venezuela. It showed 49,000 feet. The testing in Chicago was a time.
Well, the question to ask is who heard it? Where was the station that heard it?
Oh, it's you can look it up. You can look up W5KUB on Whisper. There was about 4 or 5 stations that did.
Okay, so multiple stations heard it.
Yeah, multiple stations picked it up. Yeah,
that's cool.
Now, did they pick up the Chicago one?
I'm going to say no. Not with that.
No, because it would have shown an altitude of 200 feet.
Yeah, not with that second data
and
packet.
the second data transmission on the Chicago one, the format is a QX5 string, where on the one we're flying it's a 1X8 string. I mean, those are channels. Those are channels. So, guys, I think it flew. I think it's flying. I think it identified, and I'm just hoping, man, if it'll come back one more time, that'll just kind of verify for me that, you know, it's still flying.
That would be cool. But hey, if it did it once, you know,
that's what we're waiting on.
It could very well do it again.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me look here in the chat room real quick.
Mike is saying.
Brent said he had a hamfest last week. Brent, I don't know if you took pictures or anything. If you'd like to, maybe next week or something on the show, show us pictures of the hamfest. We'll be glad to look at them.
Well, speaking of hamfests and things like that, there is what they call a day in the park that's occurring in the Jackson, Mississippi area this weekend. That is not to be confused. That's a monthly event that club puts on. That is not to be confused with the Day in the Park event that's being held at Olive Branch City Park on October 14th. They're going to be giving away all kinds of prizes and stuff, and, you know, feeding everybody. We'll be doing some forums as well. I'll be doing an Arduino forum there, and they're actually going to be giving away some of my signed books as gifts. You know, so if any of you are having trouble sleeping, then, you know, that'll be the best thing to do is try to win one of those books. And that's on October 14th, so a month from now.
That's good. All right, we're not going to be able to make it down here, but
no, that's going to be right in the middle of all your doctor fun.
Yeah, I hope you have a good time down here. All right, hey guys, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this guy.
That is just slick.
It is just slick. It's 7 inches long. It's about 3 inches tall. It's about 2 inches deep. It has many functions on it. So, you know, guys, normally when you buy something made in China like that, you get a manual, you get the book. It looks something like this, right?
Right.
This is an actual manual that came with something I bought. Right here, look at it. Look at this. That's the actual manual. And by the way, it's like 7 languages in there. So, you know, you need a microscope to read this thing. That's the manual. But I want to tell you something. This company here, I'm impressed. The box, it wasn't a cheapy box. Let me go full screen here. It wasn't a cheapy box that's made out of recycled paper. I mean, it's so flimsy. This is a big, you know, double thick box and everything, and well packed. Look at the manual. Look at the manual.
It's color.
It's in color, not. Look at the manual, man. It's in color, not like this, man. And look, man. It's all English. It's not all the other languages, you know. And they do a pretty good job of telling you what everything is in there. Okay, so, you know, hey, neat manual with it right here.
Very cool.
And let's see, with it came USB cable, because it does have a USB port on the back. where you can actually send to your computer logs and tracking of various measurements. Got some extra fuses. They sent extra fuses. Hey, they even sent me a keychain with a 1 gig thumb drive on it.
Oh, isn't that cool?
A 1 gig a metal thumb drive on here that has the PDF manual for the thing. It's on the thumb drive right here.
Outstanding.
Yeah, and you know, hey, it was it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, the test leads, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, the test leads are really good. They've got the little thing around here to keep your hand from slipping, you know, on down to touching the meter down there. They look like they're fairly good quality, and you know they've got this type end on them. They've got this type end, and that gives you a little extra protection for plugging stuff in.
I like those. Yeah.
If you look at, you know, typically older meters, you're going to have you know, banana plugs on the ends.
Yeah,
like this.
exactly.
Now these banana plugs will plug into that meter, but this has some protection. This has protection around it where there's no way you can get your fingers on any of those contacts when you plug it in, you know. So that was kind of cool right there. Now, let me see if I can show you a couple things about this. Let me move right along here. I think I can do this. I think you can. I can use this microphone and you can see it. Let's see. Let's see, where are we? There we are. Bam. Okay. So, see if I can get it kind of level here for you. Put this under it. Yeah, this is a cool meter, and
You're at about a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, let me just
there you
get oriented here, man. Let me get oriented. So yeah, this is kind of a cool meter. As we mentioned, it is AC. It has a standard plug back here. I think this plug is actually a 1EC C13, or it may be a C15. That's the official nomenclature for the plug. We probably know it as a computer plug, printer plug, whatever, but
an AC power cable.
Yeah, AC power cord, yeah. So look at this. Now, hey, you know what? It's so clear. I've left the protective covering right here on here. It comes through so good. I'm gonna leave that on there to help protect a little bit, because I'll probably splash some solder or something on it, you know. So, man, it does a lot of things. You got your various voltages here. There's AC and DC. You've got range. It can go in auto. You got speed, the trigger speed. You can come out of auto and you can select. You might not see it. You can select the voltage range here, like on a regular meter, 50 volt, 500 volt, and so forth. I'm gonna put it back in auto range.
What do the functions do?
Functions. Let's look at that function. Millivolt and volt.
Oh, okay.
Millivolt. Yeah. You probably can't see it right there.
Yeah, take it to the AC mode and see what that function does.
Let's go to AC. There's AC function, millivolt.
Okay, same thing. I was thinking maybe you do RMS or something real cool like that.
Millivolt, okay. Then you've got low trigger speed, auto range. I don't know what this is down here. Rail off and on, rail. Ooh, I just turned rail on. I don't know what rail is.
Look it up in the book.
I'll have to look it up. I'm leaving it off right now. All right, so there you go.
Rel or ref?
Ref, yeah, that's what it is. Probably ref.
Could be reference.
Maybe. And then, of course, you got your amp meter. You got your amp meter is DC. DC. You got AC amp meter. Right now, you get the same things like auto range, speed, and so forth. Function amp. Function milliamp. Function, okay, amp or milliamp.
Or microamp. That's not a milli, that's a micro.
Well, right here it's showing MA, but there it's showing micro amp C. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's showing amp. Okay, that's showing amp AC, I guess. All right. Yeah. Resistance. You got an auto range for resistance, or you can set it on, like a regular meter, 500 ohm scale,
It's hard to
5K.
forget that this, or hard to remember that this is a multimeter, not an oscilloscope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 5K, 50K, and so forth. What they got a next? What's the next? Oh, 500K, 5 meg, 50 meg. It'll go on up here on range. I put it on auto.
That's
Uh,
impressive.
yeah, you got a capacitor checker here. I haven't really tried a capacitor checker yet. Frequency counters in it, built in it. Got a frequency counter, and it's got a temperature range. Temperature. Yeah, I don't have a thermal. I've got a thermal couple on the that will plug in the other meters I've got. I don't have one for this.
Okay, it doesn't ship with
It didn't come with this. It didn't come with
okay.
it.
Is that an option you
I
can buy?
don't know.
Or?
I don't know yet. Don't know. So go back to frequency. Okay, you can do. And I'm not real familiar with this, but you can do math. What's that do? That does some comparisons, I think. The button that says math. It lets you look at things like I don't know, peak and average and things like that, I think.
Frequency counter too. That is slick.
Yeah, it's got a frequency counter in it. I don't know what utility is. Let's see what utility is. Trigger default utility. Utility. Oh. Serial number, checksum, version. Okay. Okay, cool. You got a run stop. You can actually plot things with the USB port. You can actually put that back into your computer and get graphs of voltages and stuff over time. And that's pretty cool. So, hey, I'm going to take this over to the workbench. We're going to take this over to the workbench, and I want to see how this compares with a Fluke 12 and a Fluke 10 meter. So we're going to see how that turns out right there. So let's check this out here. Okay, we're over here at the workbench, and we are going to just do some basic measurements with the Owon multimeter. This is the XDM1041 I just showed you. And nothing scientific here, the way we get it set up. In fact, it's probably unscientific, but it's good enough for a comparison to just check with some other meters to see how it's doing. So first of all, I want to show you, if you remember, this is a little buck boost power supply that we built on a show last year. It's very, very accurate. The little stepper here actually turns the voltage up and down by hundredths of a volt. So we're going to set this on like 5 volts. I'll put it on like 5 volts here, and we're just going to do some quick measurements with the new meter. All right, so we're on 5 volts. All right, let's look and see what we got here. Here's the new Owon meter. It's reading 5.0059. So that's pretty close. Now I wanted to compare this with a couple of Fluke meters. Fluke's a well-known high-end brand name. So we got the Fluke 10 here and a Fluke 12. And guess what? We even have the Harbor Freight $3 voltmeter here. So I've got them all kind of paralleled here to read the voltage. And we're going to see just the differences here. So I don't know if this voltage over here is correct, the 5, but it's close. We got it set at 5. We'll use that as our standard that we're going to use. And let's look back at what we got here. Hey, we're showing on the Owon, we're showing 5.0058 volts. Man, this is taking it out to tens, hundreds, thousands. What's that? 10,000 to a 10,000th of a volt. The Fluke here, we're showing 5.01, and that's only 1/100th of a volt difference than what we're showing over here. The Fluke 12 is showing exactly 5 volts, and look at the Harbor Freight meter here. It's showing 5 volts, 5.0. Now, you can see the Harbor Freight cheap $3 meter basically only has 1 digit past the decimal, so you're not going to, read anything really, really, really accurate, but it's close enough. 5.01, and look at this, 5.0059. So let's just crank the voltage up a little bit and see if, it stays about the same. So I'm just going to crank the voltage up a little. And give it a bunch of spins here. Let's go up to like 12 volts. A little slow tuning here because I'm tuning in hundredths of a volt. Let's go to 10 volts. We'll stop at 10. That's easy to look at. There's 9, there's 10.2, 10.1, there's 10 volts. Okay. All right, so we got here. The Owon is reading, look at that, 10.000. I guess that confirms these two match anyway. The Fluke 10 is reading 10.01. That's only 1/100th of a volt difference. Look at the Fluke 12. It's reading 10.00. And the Harbor Freight meter, 9.9. Boy, that's so close to 10. That actually may be 9.99 here, and it's about to roll over to 10. I'm going to bump this 1/10 of a volt just to see if this meter jumps up. I'm going to go 1/10 volt. No, wait, that's 1/100th of a volt. 200ths, 300ths. And you can see I went up 300ths. Hey, I went up 300ths here. I went up about 400ths here. Went up 300ths here. And, hey, with just making 300ths of a volt change, the Harbor Freight is actually reading 10 volts. So it's very, very accurate. So, hey, I'm very happy with the meter so far. I like the big screen, the digital readout. This is in the auto range. It's got a lot of features. Let's just go one more voltage reading, just really high, much higher, and see how it does. Okay, let's try a little bit higher voltage here. Guys, I built this meter many, many years ago. It's a neat little voltmeter right here. I put an analog scale on it. It reads analog voltage, and it also reads analog current here. So we're going to read voltage, and we're going to crank it up to like 20-something volts just to get a little bit higher voltage comparison. So if I crank this voltage up here, you can see there's 15 volts right about there is about 15, and there's about 20. So 23. Let's go up to about 23 right here. Okay, let's see what the meters read now. So the Owon's reading 23.117. Pretty good. The Fluke 10 is 23.13. The Fluke 12 is 23.10. And look at the Harbor Freight meters reading 23. So they're all just within they're all within about a tenth. Well, they're all within about 100 or a couple of hundredths of a volt, actually. That's 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. This one's a little off just a little bit, but hey, for $3, that's still a great meter to have in your car or your toolbox. All right, let's try another test real quick. Let's do just a quick resistance check and see how the meters compare. So we're going to put the Owon on resistance, and that is right here, I think. And it put it on resistance range here. And you got various ranges. There's auto. You can put it on various different things. I'm going to leave it on auto. Let's see. I'm going to put it on auto. There we go. We're on auto. All right, so we're going to measure some resistors here. Now, being a good ham, really never throw anything away. And when I was in the Air Force threw away thousands of packages of different resistors. And they were all pretty much, mostly they were 1 precision resistors. And I've got tons of them in the closet there. Here are some 260 ohm resistors. And we're just going to measure this 260 ohm and see how the different meters register here. Let's see. So let's get the meter on this first one. Oh, I'm on diode or something. I got to get on resistance. Yep, I was on diode. There we go. There's resistance. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm try to hold it here where I don't have to touch it with both hands. All right, that's a 260 ohm resistor. You can see it's reading 267 ohms. So, I don't know, 10% of 260 would be 26, 1% would be, what, 2.6, so these may not be 1% resistors. But anyway, 267, that's close to 260. Let's just check a couple more out here. I believe this is a, yeah, this is a 1K or 1,000 ohm resistor. You can see it's reading 0.9882, almost 1,000. So 0.98. Let's see how the flute measures it right here. Let's see how the flute measures that. We'll be on the yellow fluke here. Oh, I got to put it on resistance. All right. Not 989. Now, what did this one read? I think it was 988, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Okay, that's a little less than 1,000, but okay. 0.98. We'll go with 0.98. Let's try this other fluke. That was 0.98 on this fluke. Let's try this fluke, 0.98. Let's see what we got here. Got to go to resistance. The other fluke had 0.98. 0.98. And let's see what the Harbor Freight reads. The cheap $3 meter. Let's see how it reads. How closely it reads to 0.98. Here we go. And I'm getting nothing. Let's see. Oh, I got to put it on ohms. I'm on a 2,000 ohm scale. Here we go. 0.98. 0.987. That's pretty close to what the original meter read. So these are very, very close. All right. So hey, the Harbor Freight looks like a pretty good little meter when you compare it with the Fluke 12 and a Fluke 10. The Owon, it looks like a good meter. It does a lot of things, capacitance, diode. It's even got a frequency counter in it up to 60 megahertz. I want to try the frequency counter real quick. Now, guys, you may remember this. This is a project we built on the show. This is a little VFO we built using the ESP32. And if you look at the scale real close, it looks like an analog scale, like rotating disc in there, but it's not. That is all digital on a screen, and the ESP32 is making it look like it's a rotary dial, but it's really not. Let's just see if the let's see real quick if the frequency counter works in the Owon, the new meter. So let's put this on. Let's put this on 80. Let's put it on 8900. 8.9 megahertz. Let's see if we can get there. 7654321. Okay, 89. We're on 8.9 megahertz. Let's see if the meter there will read that. And 0.89. So we're going to come over here to this meter and we're going to go to frequency. We're going to go to frequency, check our two leads again. And I'm just going to put them in here. And we're at 8.9. So let's see what we got here. You're going to show it right here when we get it. 8.9. And look at that. Look at that, it's reading 8.9008 megahertz. And my ESP32 is saying it's on 8.900.5. So, you know, one of these is all 3/10,000ths of a cycle, it looks like. 8.9 megahertz right there. So the frequency counter does work in here. One last thing I just discovered that I did talk about a minute ago. It comes with these alligator clip ends that just slide on here like this. You can see that. Well, I have a problem with that. because down in there you got to make sure that that prong plugs into the hole, and you don't know where it is. And I'll show you what it looks like inside there. It's pretty cheap made. Let me pull it out. So it's just an alligator clip, and they have compressed the end. They've compressed the end right here to, so if you can get that in there, it does a pretty good job. Maybe you do that, and then you put this on a second. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see, I have to go this way. Might have to. So, yeah, so it's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard. I don't know. You can't even see in there, really. There's no way to see in there, I don't think. Yeah, you can barely see it right there. There's no way, really, to know that you're connecting to that. It's pretty difficult. It doesn't connect good. So I got to come up with something better than that. Probably won't use these. So anyway, overall, hey, I love the little new meter. Man, it's got a lot of features in it. It's very accurate, and I think it's a good little meter. If you're interested in buying a meter, you already get you one of these. And it's AC. The only other thing the problem I had when I got it and took it out of the box was, this is your standard AC power cord, like on the back of a computer. And it didn't stay plugged in very good. It was a little loose. I think the socket was a little maybe defective. It didn't plug in good, and you can wiggle that and the meter would go on and off. So I've got hundreds of these cords, so I just put a new cord on it and it fixed the problem. It's got a USB port on it here so you can plug this into your computer, and you can actually record voltages over time and so forth, maybe frequencies and different things. They make a model that has a battery in it. This does not have a battery in it. I might think about trying to put a battery in it though. Anyway, there you go. That's how it turned out. Okay, let's try a little bit higher voltage here. All right, Glenn. What do you think, man? Are you asleep, Glenn? Wake up, Glenn. All right. Well, that was a kind of a review we did, and we not only tested the new Owon, we also put the Harbor Freight $3 meter through the process. The Harbor Freight meter actually turned out pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, I was muted there for a second, but I was listening to the live stream because it wasn't feeding back through Zoom. But yeah,
that's right.
Now you got to say, how much does that thing cost?
I think the price was like $129.
That ain't bad at all.
No.
I thought it was really nice.
It's a nice little addition, to the other test equipment you got up here. I still, the thing about the Fluke and those other meters, you got them laying flat on the bench. The cables will start getting tangled up. It's not at the right angle to see.
Right.
I just thought this would look nice up on the workbench there, with the other equipment, and it's just kind of something new to play with.
Well, I like that. It's got more digits too. So I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it goes 10,000. That's more than you'd need, man. Yeah.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna have to go look for one.
Yeah, it's called the Owon XDM 1041 digital multimeter. Owon XDM 1041.
Yep, gonna have to get me one. That looks cool.
Yeah, I don't know where Bill is. Usually when I show something like this, Bill Brown's on here. He orders one the next day. So I don't know where Bill is. Man, we need to get him on here. Yeah, it's a toy.
It's a nice toy though, Mike.
It's a and it's pretty good. The quality, it looks pretty good. It's not a little cheapy looking.
I mean, if there's one piece of test equipment that I absolutely can't live without, it's a multimeter.
And this
that
company,
one, as cool as it is, and a frequency counter built in. I mean, that's a lot.
And this company also, I think they sell this thing probably an oscilloscope. I mean, I need to look and see what else they've got. But I've got a nice scope I bought. I one of the new auto ranging scopes.
But no, I could use a new multimeter. I've got an old fluke that I've had for 30 something years.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it still does good, but
I tell you, but you still can't beat an old analog meter like my Simpson 260 up here.
oh
When
yeah,
when I was
got one of those
troubleshooting,
too.
when I was troubleshooting my satellite stuff the other day with that pot out there and everything, I thought, man, this digital meter is just running everywhere, man. You see those digits going everywhere.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to take something like that analog Simpson 260, put it on there, and watch that meter move.
Yeah. Plus when you were raised on seeing that meter
yeah.
movement rather than the digits.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I'm a Simpson person too.
All right. Well, guys, let's see. We've talked, I think, about everything we wanted to talk about tonight. Hopefully, it was interesting for you, and you saw something here that maybe you liked. We're going to probably shut down here in a minute, and we'll go get us some popcorn in a little while here. I know Glenn
Yeah, I've
needs
been
to
on a
hit the
popcorn
sack.
kick for a while.
You got to get up and go to work tomorrow, Glenn?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
boy.
So, got to
All
get
right.
up. But, after that, tomorrow is technically my Friday, and I'm planning to finish the book this weekend. So I will start to be able to sleep in a little bit, relax a little more. I'm going to take about a month off from book work and stuff and just tinker and play a little bit and then just see what direction I go next. I've got all kinds of toys and things I want to play with. Like I say, the sunspot cycle, I'm not going to miss this one. So I got the rigs going back together and get my antennas fixed up. So I'll be all ready for the winter.
All right. All right. We're going to go ahead and sign off the show tonight. Thanks, everybody, for watching out there. And hey, if you're listening on WBCQ 7490, this is Amateur Radio Roundtable. It's actually a video show about ham radio, shortwave, and electronics. You can join us live on the video show on Tuesdays by going to w5kub.com and join us on the video show. Join the chat room. You can talk directly to us. Be sure and hit the subscribe button if you will. If you hadn't done that yet, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, the notify button. Any button you see on that computer, hit it tonight. Let's see, what else we got to say here? That's probably it, man. Good night to everybody, and glad you're with us, and we'll see you next week. Don't forget, if you're interested in the Mastrant rope, send me an email, tom@w5kub. We'll announce next week who's going to get this $20 gift certificate. All right, and Brent, if you're listening, Brent, if you made some pictures and you want to talk about the hamfest you just had, we'll be glad to have you on here next week, and we can do a segment on that. All right, 73, everybody. Good night. We'll see you later.